everybody. I am Steve. This is A is for Alice, B is for Bob, and C is for collection. And in this regard, it's because Pat over at Close to the Edge, very good channel, brilliant channel. He's over in Ireland. I've had the pleasure to do probably, 3 or 4 collaborations with him now. He's only been around for just over a year, but he has over 3,000 subs already, doing very well. Doesn't need me to plug his channel, that's for sure, but I enjoy doing it. And Pat recently had some surgery. He's at home now, recovering, hopefully getting well very quick so he can get back up and put out some of his brilliant videos. But he put out a request asking for people to show the 15 most recent albums they've listened to, something for him to watch while he's recovering. So of course I want to do that, but I've gone through a strange 3-week stretch here. I'll bet you in the last 3 weeks total, it's probably the least music I've listened to since I had surgery on my spine in 2006. Normally if I'm sick, I don't listen to much music, but combination of the horrible head cold I had and Maddie, our dog, having surgery, being kind of confined to the same floor with her to make sure that she didn't run around, anything, jump up when, Amazon or UPS came to the door. I kind of really almost have to be by her side all the time. Especially those first couple weeks were very crucial. So I really didn't play any music. And so what I'm going to do is I am pulling what I think are the 15 favorite albums of Pat's that fall into a certain category or artist, and show them. Because like I say, I really haven't listened to much. So I am going to kick off with Deep Purple, Made in Japan, Pat's favorite live album by far. He loves Deep Purple. And I believe he has the one with the black cover. I think he probably has this original too, but the one he has, it's a repress, and I believe it's on purple vinyl, on Purple Records. A fantastic live album, everybody knows that. Then King Crimson, In the Court of the Crimson King. He picked this as his favorite King Crimson album, and also I believe as his favorite debut album of all time. As you know, there's a lot of great albums you can put in that category, but I am not going to argue with the man. This is not my personal favorite of theirs, but Pat picked Black Sabbath, War Pigs, 2 great albums they put out in 1970. This and the debut. Up next then, like me, I'm not a big fan of the Hagar era of this band, and he picked that. The debut, 1978, from Van Halen. That is his favorite album by Van Halen of all time, and I'm not going to argue with him. That is also my favorite. And speaking of favorite, one of my favorite bands, and I was glad to see he picked this high. That is Porcupine Tree, Fear of a Blank Planet. What is this, 2007, I think? And I saw them 4 or 5 times on this tour. Fantastic album. He mentions the closing song. Just love the way that song ends with the drums. Boom, boom. His favorite Pink Floyd. That is Animals. Where does this rank for me? This is probably number 4 for me. Even to this day, there's sometimes, I don't know if I would rank it that high, but Pat loves it, so that is why I'm showing it. Excuse me. His favorite Led Zeppelin album, when he did a ranking with his buddy Kevin. But he said, you know what, next week my favorite could be Physical Graffiti, or it could be Led Zeppelin 4. And I know where he's coming from. There's a number of bands I feel that same way about. At his showing, he had Led Zeppelin Presence. This is actually the big super deluxe box set. This was the first one of these that I bought. I actually bought it in Lisbon because it was in a shop and they had a great price on it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to grab that. And I fell in love with it so much and I had to get the others. His favorite Deep Purple album. It does not make my top 5, but and that is Fireball. And I don't know if this was his first exposure to the band, which can happen a lot of times. But I know a number of other people consider that to be their favorite too. This one always surprises me. This has to be his first exposure to this band. Because otherwise I don't see how it could have made the list. But his favorite Wishbone Ash of all time, I figured it would have been Argus. It's not. It's New England. So there you go. This is, they had made the move over to the USA, hence the name New England. I think Tom Dowd produces that, if I'm correct. Not sure. All right, he was doing his Genesis rankings, and he said the opening track, he says this is the proper way to open up a concept album. He says it just grabs you by the balls. And that is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Took me a long time to get into this. Long time. Took me over 40 years, but now I love it. Then his favorite Rush album. It's not my favorite Rush album. Actually, my favorite Rush album is the debut. That was my first exposure to him. I know that just happens a lot. Not just to me, but to a lot of people. This is the expanded edition, and I love how they do a special cover for their expanded editions, and that is Rush Signals. Just love the artwork on that. Then I was surprised when he started talking about this artist because I figured he would know of him, and he just came across this artist probably in the last 3-4 months, and this is his favorite album by Robin Trower. Back it up. What is this? I think this is like 83. What year is this album? Let me double check here. Yep, 1983 on Chrysalis Records. My favorite is Bridge of Sighs. Once again, my initial exposure to Robin Trower. Not going to argue with him. That's in my top 10, but not as lofty as a position as Pat puts it in. All right, so now I was kind of surprised by this too, but it's also another one of those bands. Your favorite can change from 5, 6, 7 different albums any given day, but right now, Jethro Tull, Stormwatch. That is currently Pat's favorite album by Jethro Tull. And then before getting to the final album, this is a band that he likes a lot that he actually turned me onto. I do not have his favorite album by this band on vinyl, but I'm going to show you one of the 2 pieces of vinyl I have from them. Everything else I have compact disc. A band that I really didn't become aware of until 3-4 months ago. So thank you, Pat. And that is the band Eloy and the album Dawn. Good German prog rock. Pat, whenever he talks about them, he'll always say, I think what turns people off from them is the vocals, and I get that, but I'm fine with them. Pat's fine with them. Give them a try. Maybe you'll be fine with them too. And then hence the name of his channel, Close to the Edge. We're going with his favorite album by, yes, Close to the Edge. So there you go, Pat. Please, everybody, love to see numerous of you. Numerous of you? No, a number of you. Hop on this and just post your most recent spins so Pat can sit back and watch them. And sending an invitation to you, Pat. I know you say the one place you want to come to in the U.S. is Arizona. You are welcome. In fact, you can bring along your buddy Kevin and your buddy Paul and your buddy Mick. And the 4 of you can come stay at my house. We can sit out on my patio, stare at the mountains, listen to these albums, knock back a few, And that's it. So everybody, and Pat, please get well quick. We need to see more of your videos. Thank you.